Hello guys, I just made a channel intro. Basically today for this one video, not today, but I'm gonna go over books I like to read often. I love to read actually. I read at least a book a month, maybe 2 books a month, and I like historic fiction or historic nonfiction. But I like the military, the Marine Corps, the Army, Navy, obviously Air Force and Coast Guard. But my all-time top 2 books that I would read for the Marine Corps alone that I suggest you read, I'll go over each one of them. The first one I kind of read that got really in depth was this book. It's called Helmet for My Pillow by Robert Lucky. If you are into war series, he was in the Pacific. The HBO miniseries The Pacific. You can probably see it right there if you want to read it. But this book is basically going over every aspect of his life from when he first stepped into the Parris Island recruiting depot in 1942 to when he stepped out of a taxi going back to his house after the war was done in 1945. Great book. It's got about 350 pages, I'm gonna say. I finished this in about a week, maybe a week and a half. But it is a New York Times bestseller, and if you read this book, you'll know why it is. It is a very deep and compelling book, showing you the difficulty it was to go through the war back then, being a U.S. Marine. I know it. I know firsthand because I have relatives that fought in the U.S. Marine Corps during World War II. My great uncle, for one, he was actually on Peleliu, and he was on Okinawa, and he could tell you it was a very scary experience. That's one book. This book was about $15, $16 at Barnes & Nobles. So if you want to pick it up, it's a good book. This book I recently just picked up and recently just finished. It's another New York Times bestseller, and it's Another Person from the Pacific, the miniseries. It's called With the Old Breed. It wasn't actually, the title isn't actually finished, but the full title is supposed to be With the Old Breed from Peleliu to Okinawa. And it's by Eugene Sledge, but right here it just says E.B. Sledge. Another New York Times bestseller, you can probably see. And this is another good book about the Marine Corps in World War II. And he was on Peleliu in Okinawa, so it's about E.B. Sledge's entire experience from when he stepped foot on White Beach in Peleliu in 1944 to when he returned home to Mobile, Alabama in 1945. And that's just the back for you guys. If you want to read that, pause it. If you really don't care, skip. I don't care. But on the front, Tom Hanks says, "More than a legend, Sledge turned the extremes of the war in the Pacific, the terror, the camaraderie, the banal, and the extraordinary into terms we mortals can grasp." Tom Hanks said that. I think he commented on this book as well. I'll read that too. Helmet for My Pillow is a grand and epic prose poem. Robert Lucky's theme is the purely human experience of war in the Pacific, written in the graceful imagery of a human being who somehow survived. I could tell you from these men's experience, Robert Lucky and Eugene Sledge, they both had a very tough time coming back from the war. I know from interviews with Eugene Sledge, not me personally, but from what I've seen, when he got home, he couldn't even look at a gun. He could not even pick up a gun. He couldn't go hunting with his dad or anything like that. So it was a very bad experience for him in the war. But war, it's the price you pay for freedom. But World War II was definitely a big impact on many men. So thanks for watching.